kit checked. Let's hope I've got everything.
Amateurs.
This won't make the edit.
I've never gone out that fast in a UTMB race before. That is what we're here for.
Go, UK! Woo, woo, woo.
5 minutes 19 for that kilometre. Can we do it in under 2.5 hours?
You want to enjoy it more, do some training.
I've done some pretty epic long races during UTMB week. This year though, the epicness would be short and sharp as we travelled to Italy to run the 15km ETC. We've arrived in Courmayeur. It's now a little bit of a walk, as always, from this car park where the buses drop you off to the centre of Courmayeur where the start line is.
I'm feeling really left out.
Victoria has been injured for a few months now, and so whilst Lloyd, Liga and I prepared to climb another mountain in the Alps, Victoria had to watch from the sidelines. We'd arrived with plenty of time to spare, so we set off to find a suitable cafe in which to waste a couple of hours.
We've still got 3 hours before we run, so we're just having coffee in this lovely little cafe just by the start line there. Look at the mountains in the background. Don't you wish you were here?
ETC is the newest race at UTMB week, having been added 3 years ago. It's a great addition for those wanting their first experience of mountain or trail running, or for those needing a fast, adrenaline-fueled race. But just because it's a short race doesn't mean there aren't risks. You're still heading up a mountain.
Right, I'm getting kit checked. Let's hope I've got everything.
It's random. I'm just picking.
I've got to be honest, I wouldn't trust you.
Don't trust me, sorry to throw me. So I've just had kit check and I've passed, luckily, and now Liga's getting kit checked as well. So the mandatory kit list for ETC is relatively small. You don't need, anything like waterproof layers or extra clothing to keep you warm on top of the mountain, anything like that. What you do need is ID, your mobile phone, a whistle, a space blanket, the ability to carry at least 1 litre of water. So you don't have to fill the water up, you just have to have the bottles in order to carry it. I think we've got to have a cup as well. And that's pretty much it. So it's not an awful lot. I've chosen to go without a vest, but most people here, are choosing to run with a vest.
We passed kit check.
We've all passed kit check. Good.
It's the first mission accomplished.
There is no doubt that I will be powering up the mountain, thanks to Protein Rebel for supplying the gels today.
Do check the description below for a discount on the excellent Protein Rebel range of gels and supplements.
It's a ridiculous 2 o'clock in the afternoon and we're in Courmayeur for the start of ETC here on Film My Run. We've got Lloyd and Liga from Run for Adventure as well. Don't know how long we're going to stay together, but we'll start together at least. 1,200 metres of ascent. It's only 15k. How hard can it possibly be? Right, it's time to go. We are off. The gun has gone off, which was actually a girl shouting "go" very loud.
First wave, mate.
Oh, it's the first wave. Yeah, it's the first wave. We're still here for another 20 minutes, yeah? This won't...
Amateurs.
This won't make the edit.
The Satisfy running crew were all high-fiving each other at the start, so Lloyd and I thought we'd keep the hype going.
Away we go. ETC 2025. Let's have fun.
The first 800 metres took us through the town towards the start of the trail. It was flat, fast tarmac and the complete opposite of what we were about to encounter just a little further on. Victoria had positioned herself at about 400 metres in to cheer us on our way.
Have a good one!
First kilometre in 6 minutes, 18 seconds. I've never gone out that fast in a UTMB race before.
By the second kilometre we were on undulating trails with some runnable sections and the first bit of really steep climbing. I'd decided not to bother with poles this time, so it was hands on knees for me as I listened to the clickety-clack of everyone else's leckies.
Kilometre 2, a little bit slower than the first one, 8:46. But you know, there's only 13 kilometres to go. We've broken the back of it, we're nearly done. And into the forest we go. This is lovely. And onto some switchbacks. That first bit of the climb was just straight up.
I don't like suffering at the best of times, and it's not often I really go for it in a race these days. However, despite not being particularly fit, I decided to give this one a real good go. Which is why I was travelling light with no race pack or poles. I figured it's only one climb, let's just get up it as quick as we can.
14 minutes 32 for kilometre 3. So 12 to go. We're on a little bit of a runnable section, or we were.
Early on, there were definitely a few sections where the route levelled out and we could run again, but that wasn't going to last. There were sporadic pockets of support along the route, with the usual cowbells and the occasional vuvuzela.
"14 minutes 29 seconds for kilometre 4. 3 more kilometres of climbing to go before we hit the downhill.
Let's go, UK! Woo, 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 woo! Let's go, big cars! It's fucking hard, but you're gonna get there! Come on! Woo, woo, woo! Amazing views!
"600 metres of climbing completed, another 600 to go." So we're halfway through the climb, doing all right, 54 minutes gone. It's not often you push really hard on a climb like this. Going as hard as we can, although it is pretty much single track all the way up. But it's probably as well that we have a little bit of a cue to temper the pace a bit.
I definitely felt I might have gone faster here if there weren't so many people.
18 minutes 53 seconds for the 5th kilometre. Probably still 3 kilometres of climbing to go to the top. And about 700 metres, but only 10k to go. Not quite past the tree line yet, but we're getting there. That is what we're here for. Look at that. Amazing.
It's so easy to focus on what's up ahead and not look back. So many people miss the views on ETC because they are behind you.
We've got some water from a trough. Unfortunately, we're now in a runnable section. Kilometre 6, 13 minutes 36 seconds. We're on a little bit of a kind of downhill section. We've still got more to climb though. Still about 200 to 300 metres left of climbing.
Having not run ETC before, I was enjoying not knowing what was up ahead. But when we started heading downhill, I knew there had to be more climbing to come. Although, approaching the aid station, I got a little confused as I had thought the aid station was at the top of the climb.
So coming to the checkpoint, but there must be more up.
I didn't stop at the aid station at Suche. Having already grabbed some water, I felt fine to carry on.
Don't know, maybe that Maybe that is the only aid station. But there's definitely more climbing to do. Seven kilometres done in 1 hour 24 minutes. 8 kilometres to go to the finish. That was the only aid station. Just a bit more climbing still to do. And then it's downhill all the way. I'm guessing about 1 kilometre more climbing.
ETC really does pack a good variety of terrain into a very short distance. It was beautiful, climbing through the forest, the grass trails and views from beyond the tree line, and then 1 or 2 rocky, more exposed sections where you just needed to watch your step a little. Eventually, we hit the final really steep climb on slow single track.
Kilometre 8, 16 minutes, 19 seconds. Well over halfway now. Nearly at the top of the climb, 100 metres or so to go. Quick thank you to Flying Burrito for the shirt. As always, beautiful shirt, love wearing this shirt. If you want a Flying Burrito shirt, in the description below is a link to get some money off. So go and get yourself a Flying Burrito shirt. 1 hour 50 minutes, that's 9 kilometres done, 6 to go. Took me 10 minutes and 32 seconds that kilometre. We are now on the downhill. There is a tiny little bit more climbing left to do. But I've just got to really watch my footing because it's obviously pretty technical. There are faster, younger guys coming up behind me all the time.
Whilst I was being overtaken by 1 or 2 younger, speedier guys, I was holding my own on the descent and really enjoying myself in my Mount to Coast trail shoes. I was also feeling pretty pleased with my decision not to bring poles. Just one thing less to faff with. I still needed to keep my eyes firmly on the ground though. It was dry but dusty with tree roots, rocks and sharp switchbacks to negotiate. But at this point in the race, I was feeling pretty great.
Kilometre 10, 8 minutes 18 seconds. 5 to go. 1 hour 59 and a half minutes.
As we descended, the path opened out and became a lot less steep, and I was really able to stretch my legs.
5 minutes 19 for that kilometre. So kilometre 11 was a nice smooth downhill. Very, very runnable.
It wouldn't be a film my run race in the mountains if I didn't stop at least once to douse myself with water from an ice cold river. Up to now, I hadn't been paying much attention to my overall time, and I hadn't really come into the race with a goal time in mind. But looking back, I wish I had.
Kilometre 12, 7 minutes and 12 seconds. 3 to go. We're just doing the last little bit of climbing now. 80 metres left of climb. Hi buddy. And then it's 2.5k down to the finish. Can we do it in under 2.5 hours is the question. Not sure we quite make it under 2.5, but definitely under 3, so that's good.
I think if the terrain had been smooth, easy running for the final 3 kilometres, I might have stood a chance of breaking 2.5 hours. As it turned out, even when I thought all the climbing was done, ETC kept one final section of uphill as a nice surprise for us at the end.
2 hours, 21 minutes, 13 kilometres. Not going to make it under 2.5, but we're pushing to the end now. 2k to go. According to my watch, 1,400 metres of distance left to go. I think we've just about done the climb now. Oh my goodness, that last bit was a little bit of a killer. Okay, so last kilometre and a bit now down to the finish. If you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching to the very end when I cross the finish line in a few minutes time. 11 minutes and 2 seconds for kilometre 14, 1k left to go. 2 hours 32 minutes so far.
Yeah, 11 minutes for kilometre 14 was disappointing. I had hoped for a really fast final 5k, but the technical terrain and elevation persisted right to the last kilometre. When we finally hit the tarmac and I could push to the finish line, I ran my fastest kilometre of the race.
That's kilometre 15, 4 minutes 51, 300 metres to go to the finish.
Nice and strong to the finish.
Despite the lack of real fitness, I think I did well, and I'm glad I gave it a good effort. I didn't red line it, and perhaps I could have got a little more out of myself in the last 3k, but overall, I've got to be pleased.
Oh, enjoyed that, that was great. The last little hill, 2 kilometres before the end, that was a bit of a killer. Nearly sapped my spirit. But I enjoyed that a lot. Time was 2 hours 38 minutes 43 seconds.
After the race, I lay relaxing on the grass with the family, and it wasn't long before Lloyd and Liga crossed the line and we had a bit of a race debrief.
Liga's just said that was the longest 15k of her life. How was it, Lloyd? It was. We just spoke to a woman, and she said it was type. What did she say?
Type 1 and
type
type
1
2.
and type 2 fun, and I think that sums it up perfectly well. Stunning views when you get out the tree line, but then that second climb, it really does kind of kick you in the teeth, especially when you're a little bit undertrained. Training.
We are never undertrained.
We were saying on the run, you know, you kind of. If you want to enjoy it more, do some training. It's pretty basic, isn't it?
Yeah, but then if you do some training, you just go faster and harder and it's just as hard. Depends what your choice is, I suppose.
Yeah, I think you can still go at that, pace and enjoy it more if you train.
Yeah.
I definitely prefer the well-trained version. I'm not that keen on suffering anymore.
Is this something that you and I are becoming more experienced at? Doing races where we kind of wish we were a bit better trained.
Just a bit better, Steve. It's got to be a bit better.
Well done, everyone.
Yes, well done. Good job. Good job all. So there's the medal that you get, very eco-friendly wooden medal for finishing ETC today. It was just over 15 kilometres, well over 1,200 metres of elevation gain. I did it in 2 hours 38 minutes and 52 seconds in 352nd place, but the big news is I came 8th in my age category, so top 10 finish for my age cat. I am really pleased with that because I did go out hard. I did go out trying to go as fast as I could. We did get stuck behind a few people on the single track, but that was okay. Probably prevented me really burning myself out on the climb. I'm really pleased with that, very happy. So thank you very much for watching. That was ETC. Hope you enjoyed it. If you'd like to see last year's OCC, then click that link there. I will see you over there very shortly. Take care. See you on the start line next time. Bye-bye.